Life Audio.
Welcome to the Crosswalk Devotional. We're glad to have you listening with us. Today's topic is on how to change and how to get God's help in order to do so. We'll return with the devotional after a brief message from our sponsors. God, Help Me to Change, written and read by Kelly Balarie. If you love me, you will keep my commandments. John 14:15. The first time the coffee mug fell, I didn't think too much of it. I took some water and splashed it on the patio floor. Sure, it would have been smarter if I put the cup initially on the coffee table rather than halfway propping it up on an outdoor patio couch where only a tap of my elbow or a readjustment on the couch would tumble it over, but I didn't think of it at the time. I propped the mug, it tumbled and broke. I got the message not to do that again. The next day, again, still feeling my cup would be too far out of reach on the table, I propped the coffee mug oddly on my lap. Then I reached for something. 2 seconds later, it oozed burning hot down my legs. My nice pajamas were soiled now. Not only that, but the stain of the coffee went all over my morning notes about fear of the Lord, specifically about how those who love God exhibit a changed nature because they are obedient. If you love me, you will keep my commandments. John 14:15. Truth is, I often say I will do something for God, then I don't. I promise to break a habit, then I don't follow through. I give God my yes, and then, after a time, I slowly decide God's probably okay and it doesn't matter much if I don't do it. I say I'm going to go all out for Him, then I get lazy. What I wondered on those notes was, how do I change and follow through? Yet, now my all-important scribbles had coffee all over them. Ick. My pretty white journal was doused coffee brown. Then, this morning, I woke up again and headed out to my back porch. I picked my all-time favorite coffee mug. I bought it on my birthday 6 years ago. It's my first pick of all the other mugs in the cabinet. I sat down. Getting comfortable on the couch, I yet again thought, it can't hurt to keep my coffee close. We know how important coffee is in the morning. I set up a journal next to me on the couch and placed the mug on top of it. I didn't think twice. This thing must be kept easily reachable. I carried on. I journaled, asking God, Father, what is the source of all my hard times? Is it a testing? Is it normal trial and tribulation? Is it an attack, or is it rebellion? No sooner did I write that, did I hear a boom. The coffee I knew I shouldn't put on the couch slammed to the ground, and the handle broke right off it. My favorite birthday cup was broken. Oh no, what did I do? Immediately, a message came through loud and clear. The first time this happened, God made me take notice. The second time, I wondered, why is this happening again? And now this? God was implying to my heart, Kelly, pay close attention. This hard-hitting message was, you can't keep doing what is wrong and expect things to go right. In my case, I kept doing what was wrong even though I knew what was right. Worst of all, this sort of wrong wasn't limited only to coffee mug decisions. I'd compromised in other areas of my life. I'm sorry, God. My compromise was called to attention by the mere fact it took me 3 times to come to attention and to change course. To not heed God's way certainly causes us to pay a price. Throwing away the pieces of my birthday mug this morning reminded me of that. God doesn't adjust to us. We adjust to him. God's will is God's will. As much as we may try to run from it, excuse it, rationalize it away, run from a calling, we cannot will away God's will. He is who he is. He will have his way. He is not a man that changes his mind on our whims or because we tire him out. He does not pick favorites because we have a special personality. I could not run from the fact that there was a right way to handle that coffee cup. I could not force God to have my way work. Even if I tried 100,000 times, God would still have his way. I would be left with a broken cup and a calling to change my ways. God was speaking to me about my life through circumstance. In some ways, I have a broken life because I've chosen to go the wrong way. I've not gone about adjusting quickly to God. The truth hurts, but it also sets free. Running against God is like running against the wind. You can think all day long it will get you somewhere, but still you'll always have to go back home at the end of the day, tired, sore, and having gotten nearly nowhere. It's better to run with God than against him. He cares more about us being with him than about what we own. I think, as I held that broken handle this morning, that God is okay with letting some things break if it draws us back to him. When things break, we pay attention. He has every right to resist what he wants to. This is discipline. God disciplines those he loves. We don't have to wait until the third time to hear our wake-up call. Much better is it to change course than to keep on a collision course. I'm confident God is using this message to reach some of you in a very powerful way. That's because he loves you. He is the best for you. He wants you on his course. He desires you to walk in the joy of him rather than the wages of sin and death. Take heed. By God's grace and through your heart to change course, you will not fall. God has you. Intersecting faith and life. How is God trying to grab your attention? What sin, habit, or life change has he been encouraging you to change? What would it look like to do a new thing? How might that save you down the road?
The Crosswalk Devotional is a production of Life Audio and Salem Media. If you liked what you heard today, please take a second to rate and review this podcast in your favorite podcast app so that more listeners like you can find the show. For more faith-filled, inspirational podcasts, visit us at lifeaudio.com.
This is my skyship, Dreamer. My cargo is stories, and our destination, dreams.
With Abide Sleep Stories for Kids, you can help your children fall asleep fast and learn about God. To find these kids' bedtime stories, go to lifeaudio.com or search your favorite podcast app for Abide Stories for Kids. You can also download the Abide app for more biblical meditations at abide.com.